So these are the three important things. We need to plan. We can lead, but before going for that actual action, we need to plan. And how do we plan for actual? So in corporate, what do? We work on a product, we work on a marketing, we work on a sales side, pitch. We do all the preparation, and then we finally go to the market. So there is a difference what we are planning, and then how do we hit the road, rubber hit the roads, and how do we actually execute, how do we get the action. Now, one very important thing is, which comes from army, is know your troops, guns, and battle procedure. Now, a freshly recruited lieutenant, which is the first officer once he gets commissioned from the IMA, he's what, 20, 21 years kid, I'll say, because most of these guys of his age are still in college. Once he joined the regiment, what is his first task? He does not stay in officer mess. He goes and stay with Jawans, because the first lesson he learned that you need to know your man. And what he was saying, do we have a human as a resource, or do we treat them as a man? Do we treat them as assets? Same principle apply. He's expected to know about each man, which village he come from. He may be just a 8th pass or 10th pass. What is his problems? What is his issues down there in the village? What is his strength? What motivates him? Because once you are carrying your man for that mission, which is like a death, you need to know your man. And they need to put their blind faith in you. Only then you can carry someone for a suicide mission. Else, no amount of money can bring that motivation to take him up for these kind of tasks. So he understands this. He stays with this Jawan. He understands each one of them. And first 2 months he does that. How many of us, once we take a new function or a new company, do this religiously? We just get into the grid and we just look what is the next quarterly profit. Do we take effort to go into the man-hour? Do we get to know into the team? What is that human being? Not I'm saying what he's doing as a head of HR or the HR of operation. That's his operational duty. But what about the man beyond that? I'm saying that's a very important thing which we all need to take it back, and it's really going to give you a thing. Another thing, not only your troops, your guns, your equipment. So maybe for us, it's like our products and battle procedure. I remember during our NDA days, one of our instructor, he was like a Gorkha instructor, and we were doing a boxing practice that time. So he asked us, okay, you punch 20 times on the bag, and then put your finger at one place and take a fast round. And after you do this, your head starts spinning. We asked him why. He said, no, just do this. And we were kind of laughing that, why he's making us do this. So we will, 20 times we do practice. Again, we'll take 20 rounds, head starts spinning, but again we'll get up, again 20. We never understand what's happening and why he's making us do this. Finally, boxing competition started. We given some punch, opponent also given us some punch, and then our head started spinning. But then there is something called muscle memory. What he was making us do as a part of the drill, that he's conditioning our mind that once you get few punches and your head starts spinning, then if you don't go through that training, you will just sit down. But what is taught you, your muscle memory, that once your head starts spinning, what do? You get up and give 20 more punches. So these kind of drill, without knowing, I'm sure that must have started. He may not be knowing the thing, but it really helps us, to go through some of these difficult times. The another thing which I want to talk about here is communicate. Army is considered a closed organization, and we do not kind of, communicate very openly with public, and there are reasons for this. You understand, there are some secrecy issues and there are some secret matters. But they do communicate with their stakeholders, starting from their men and officers. You are inducted into a unit. You go inside that unit, and what you realize, that there is an entire regimental history. It's written down there that this was the first regiment which took part at the time of English. This was the regiment which fought in 1971. These are the brave officers who fought this. and their name is all written over the wall. You know, you have got that sense of pride. You have got sense of belongingness. And you say, I can't let them down. So you get into a higher purpose, which is much more what you get through some material incentives or pay hike. Army don't give you much money, right? But how do you take your men to the war and saying, guys, be ready to ready to die? Once we were going for the attack, it was like 95% will not come back. But still, everyone was going. What keeps them motivating? It's not that money, but you need to develop that higher sense. Each of your company must have something good. Start building that sense of belongingness. Start building that sense of, where they see I'm at a higher cause. And that will help, getting some of these lessons from here.